Welcome back to Quiet Money Podcast, the number one show for going through the ups and downs of life. Stay tuned. We're coming up next. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Quiet Money Podcast, the number one show for going through the ups and downs of life. I'm your host, Dax. I'm happy to have you guys back with us again for another episode. And as always, I got my gorgeous co-host. What's up, man?
Hey, I'm Randi.
What's up? How you feeling today, girl? What's up? I want to jump right into it. How you feeling today?
I'm feeling relaxed.
All right, that's good.
But a little stressed.
Relaxed and stressed.
A little bit, yeah.
Right. What's got you relaxed?
Just wanting to be relaxed. Making a decision not to do too much.
Right.
Yeah.
Enjoying your end of the week, not working too hard.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah.
All right, that's what's up.
The kids go back to school next week, so that's a little bit of stress.
Yeah, getting them all ready and everything. Are we ready? Are the kids ready?
Mm-mm.
So what's left? A lot? Hopefully not a lot.
Enough.
All right.
Enough where I'm going to allocate some things to you, if you don't mind.
No, I hope so. It's all good.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Good, you know. But anyway, you know what I mean? Welcome back, guys, to another episode. And today, you know what I mean? This is the opportunity, which I always like, where you're going to get to know a little bit more about us, about me, about Randi, some of the things we did, you know what I mean? But at the same time, like always, you're going to hear about ups and downs when we tell you about it. And with our show, we are believing once again that success is measured differently for each individual person. And we believe there's an element of what God has for you to do is part of your ultimate success, right, Ben?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, we're also people that, I'm glad to say it, are actually been successful. You know what I'm saying? We actually are successful. So you can learn from us, you know? So one of the things that we've been successful with, and we talked about it, but ain't really talked about it like that, is the fact that we got a business together.
Very true. Yes, we do.
Again, guys, there ain't nothing wrong with working for somebody. You know what I mean? I work for somebody. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you think about, you know, doing your own thing and finding out what you're really special at, a business is just an opportunity. It's an option for you to express that. And it's one, of course, that could make you money, and there's a lot of benefits in it. And of course, it's your own vision, it's your own ideas. That's the good part, you know, and there's a lot of stresses and things that come with it as well. But me and you, I had a business for a little while now, and it's doing well. And for anybody that's thinking about having a business, who has a business, who maybe doesn't have the same experiences as we have.
Yes.
We can share that on the podcast. You know what I'm saying? So before we get into all that, me and Randi met back in school, university.
College.
College. It's a university, though.
I know, but in America, we normally call it college.
All right, it might be it.
No, I was just, just...
in college. You know what I mean?
See?
At college, you know?
No. You know what you're doing.
No, I'm saying... Right there. So we met in college. You know what I mean? Had classes together, linked up as friends. We're going to add more details to this story, of course. But linked up as friends, classmates, you know, connected over the years multiple times, you know. And fast forward, got married, had kids, and did a lot of things together. I'm going to save that details for another day. But one of the things we're done, which is the focus of the day, is we started a business. You know what I'm saying? What was it, like 6 years ago? No, 2017, I think. Right. We started a business together. All right. I want you to tell everybody a little bit about what that business is and a little bit about the journey and like how we started it, the idea, and, you know, just a little bit about it.
Well, I can tell you how it started.
Yeah.
Dexter felt sorry for me because I had an embarrassing moment. So I've always had an interest in finances and accounting and taxes and stuff. But anyway, I wanted to be more business oriented. And I think I might have been doing stuff here and there on the side, but I didn't have an actual business. I was just doing some consulting. Anyway, I was asked to speak at some sort of conference.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I remember that.
And Dexter at this time, I think he had one client he was doing stuff on the side for. So I go to this conference and I'm like all excited about taxes, and I'm going to talk to them about taxes and try to get everybody to understand. And long story short, when I was up there, I might have started off well, but everything just went above everybody's head. And I'm like, dang, they don't understand what I'm saying. So then Dexter stands up in the middle of my does anybody have any questions type thing? And he's like, my wife is very passionate about this topic. It's like he came in and saved the day for me. That was funny. But yeah, he's like, my wife is very passionate. I forgot what else you said, but he tried to like sum up what I said in layman's terms. Right. And everybody's like, oh, okay. Yeah. So then after that, I think that weekend we decided to start together.
You know what? And all this time, I swear to God, I didn't even know that you associated that experience with us having a business at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's all right. So look, I'm gonna add a little bit to that real quick. A little bit to that. So Randi, from school time, one thing that always caught my eye was she was just very studious and very on top of things. You know what I mean? And I just want to, as you guys get to know us, we keep it real. We're going to keep it transparent. Me and Randi are like polar opposites in things, whereas she always did things the right way and I always had potential. So Randi, when I first met her, I could tell she was studious. She was on top of her homework. She was ready for the test. You know what I'm saying? She was making her own money, driving her own car, young. You know what I mean? Taking care of her kid and everything. Like she was very much on top of things as an adult at a young age, and was a high performer per se. And that was something that I picked up on really quick. Now with me, I'm always been the type that got so much potential that even my 80% effort is like 100 to most people, but that allows you to get by over time without maximizing yourself, right? Here we are. But that's changing now, One of the things that, for whatever reason, you were never the most confident in was sharing with people everything like just sharing it. For whatever reason, not this ain't even a skill thing. It's more like a will thing, like what you felt like you were good at, not what you was good at. I'm not even saying what you're good at. I'm just saying how you felt about it. That's not something you ultimately did all the time or like doing. You know what I'm saying? But in that moment, I do remember when you was up there. I ain't trying to take much credit because what I said, but I just felt like you needed me. You know what I'm saying?
I know. I can felt tell like you felt that way.
But we linked like that. And I just wanted to make sure that I weren't going to sit there. That's just how I am. I weren't going to sit there. I wouldn't do that around anybody I care about and know that you need help in whatever type of form it looks like and not automatically act, So that's what that was, because I care about you. I cared a lot about you. So that's what you needed at that time. I don't remember exactly what I said, but I do think I took what you said and tried to make them get it.
Yeah, you did.
So I'm glad you remember that. But I didn't know you associated that with us in business at all.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I say that because Randi went off, and we'll talk about this in other episodes, and I don't remember which one, but check them out. You talked about how you used to work at Pizza Hut and you used to have all these individual jobs. You was pushing yourself young. So then you did additional things like network marketing and stuff. Mm-hmm. And that was a whole journey you could talk about whenever you want. But you was always in that entrepreneurial spirit way before me, like actually doing things. So you was trying to do like, what was it, Mary Kay or other stuff like that. And I think you did it a few times and was doing well in it. Mm-hmm. But you didn't have like your own business idea that you had come up with. Now with me.
And you told me it's because of the business model.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, look. With that, what we're talking about here, guys, you got two people here that have a business together, but our journeys to get there is different. So first thing I want you guys to remember today is like, if you do want to have a business, whatever your journey is to get there and start, it's okay. It's going to be different. It's going to be different things that drive you there. It's going to be different things that hold you up when you're trying to get there. And there are different skill sets you're going to need. Like there's a whole lot involved with having a business, a lot. And we're just talking about a little bit right now, which is just our journey to actually get it started. And it's going to give you guys some context as to like why it actually works. So I want you guys to listen to us, right? Now, here it is. I come from a family where, everybody's pretty much got their own business, but they're like trade businesses like construction or tiling or electricians or things like that. So very similar skills that you need for any type of business, but the type of business we got that is different than that. You know what I'm saying? And there's different skill sets that you need and certs and certifications and all types of things like that, right? Now, although I had always seen people have their own business, I was never about it myself until I met you. I worked for somebody from a young age. I worked with my grandparents, worked with my daddy. Then I went to college and I got a job after that. I was never having my own business at all. I wasn't doing network marketing or anything like that. I wasn't in the entrepreneurial spirit or the entrepreneurial thought or anything like that. Not for real. Now, what brought me to business with you, I have my own story. Your story is me saving the day, quote unquote, with your speech. Mm-hmm. Mine is a lesson that people can learn from, which is my first attempt to be in business that didn't work out, which was right before you and I started. So the thing was, I tried to have a business with somebody, mm-hmm. and they ain't got to say too much about what it was, anything, but here's what went wrong. We tried to have a business together, and we both brought two different expertise to the business, which is great. You're like, hey, what's wrong with that? Like, you guys, I'm the numbers guy. I'm the, business minded guy. I do the accounting and all that. And then this person actually had the technical knowledge to do what we was servicing or providing, right? Mm-hmm. First thing that went wrong was, well, I've never been in business with this person before. I don't know their work ethic and they don't know mine.
Yep.
All right. So we encountered that right away. We don't work the same. The amount of time we think that's needed to push this ain't the same. We're not on the same time frame. That causes an issue right away. The second thing is, because we have two different skill sets, there's a challenge in holding any of us accountable for anything, because I don't know what you're doing really, right, or what it takes for you to do it. And you don't know what I'm doing and what it takes for me to do it. So I learned in business, I need to be in business where even if I'm relying on somebody else to do something for me, I have to know enough about it to make the right decisions.
Yeah.
I can't just be there not knowing anything, right? So I learned that. And then the third thing was, I had no real plan to put it out there, how to get customers, how to sell it, what the price point should be.
Right, right.
I had no process. I'm going to sum it up like that. So no process. So work ethic, knowing who you're going to go in business with was one of them. Not having enough knowledge of what the other person brings to the business was the second thing. And then the third thing was lack of process. Just lack of process. All right. Now let's speed it up.
All right.
You and I decided to go into business. So that's what I was coming in. I was like, I looked at you and I'm like, Randy, what is somebody that I can do, someone I could have a business with that I already have the skill sets and I don't have to worry about any of these things I just went through? And you was like clear as day. No questions on your work ethic. I don't know in detail all these same things that you know, but we took the same major. We did the same kind of careers. So I have a generic knowledge of everything that you know or everything that you do.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? And then the third thing, which I love that we did, and we're going to get some advice today, is the process. This business we've had, it's been a process that's been continuing to evolve.
Yeah.
But we've had a process pretty much somewhat from the beginning. And we've always been trying to implement and design and do things together that was sustainable, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. All right. Nah.
I started feeling some emotion behind it though.
Yeah, I know.
Because I'm like,
I know. So
yeah, I'll share later if it comes up.
I'm gonna stop there because what's one thing that now we decided, like, all right, so let's sum it up. We got the similar work ethics. We have a knowledge of what each other brings to the business, right?
Mm-hmm.
Our skill sets. And now we decided to have a business that we want to open up. Why don't you tell everybody about what that business is? What did we open up? What did we start providing to people?
Okay, so we opened up an accounting business.
Mm-hmm.
And the services at the time were bookkeeping, accounting, payroll, business consulting, business structuring your business, financial coaching, all things related to business. Regarding numbers, we pretty much started out as, at least as being able to offer.
Right.
But our first actual work was, we had one client for the accounting, and then I started out doing taxes.
Right. Now check this out. You just named off about 8 things that we was offering from the beginning.
Yes.
We had one client.
Yes.
They didn't get all 8 things we was offering.
No.
So with that, I wouldn't say that's something we did wrong. But one thing that I learned is that, and when it was a blessing to us, and everybody's business don't have to start this way, but that one client allowed us to actually build a process and adjust it with the impacts and risk being very limited because we only had one person. So if you think about it, one day we're like, how do we invoice it? We went and created it right off the muscle, right on the computer, went and created the invoice. All right, well, what happens after that? And different things in the process we hadn't thought about, we was able to put it in place.
With our one client.
Over 2 years? A year and a half, 2 years? That sounds like nothing. To a lot of people, within those 2 years, you might be like, yo, I'm failing. My business ain't doing nothing. I ain't making no money. Nothing's happening.
Yeah. And the other thing, too, is that we both had full-time jobs.
We did. We did. That was a big part of it, too.
Yeah, because I mean, even as we're correcting stuff, it didn't have to work. Mm-hmm. We could take our time, and we weren't banking on that money.
We weren't. But it weren't no money to bank on. It weren't no money to bank on. Nah, that's a whole nother thing. You are right
about that.
So the good things we done. I want to highlight the good things so people could take these away. We got in business with the right people, each other. Mm-hmm. We understood each other, understood what we brought to the business, trusted each other. You know what I'm saying? Did it the right way. Had one client, was able to put in processes limiting the impacts to us, right? These are good things that we done. We learned a lot in this 2 years having one client and not a whole lot going on. We learned about consultations and what they mean and should we charge for them or should we not, which I advertise that any free consultation is literally that, and it never works out for you, ever, the way that you should have it. I'll just throw it out there. That's another day, though. All right. We learned about the type of client that we really want to have. And that's something we learned even just recently. But that's something we really didn't think about. You think about, I want to have business, but you don't think about what type of business do I have? What type of clients do I want to have? Because one thing, sitting on this for a second, when you open a business and you have clients, they bring an experience to you. While you're trying to give them an experience, they bring an experience to you. So that's why it's important for you to think, what is the ideal client that I want to have? Because you want to be able to project as much as possible consistent experiences for your business,
Yeah.
and experiences that you want to have, that are efficient, that make people feel good, that result in making money, right? Being
Mm-hmm.
profitable. But what is the ideal client that we wanted to have? All right. Another problem. What are we worth? What should we be charging?
Yeah.
One thing that is, I mean, it's just organic, but if you work for somebody else, you live in an environment, you exist in an environment where someone tells you what your worth is. And it's actually very helpful, even though you complain about it. It's actually very helpful. If you think about it, that person tells you what you're worth. And then even if you leave that job, you go career to career with this baseline of worth that somebody gave you. You know what I'm saying? But yet in your business from day one, where's the worth at? How do you get it? You can research similar businesses. What do they charge? Experience. But then you got the organic feeling of not being good enough yourself and
Mm-hmm.
undercharging yourself. Either way, what we charged at first. Tough, challenging. That's a big thing for people that if they're starting a business, they probably should get some help with. If you was to get help from anybody, pricing might be one of them. And let me know if I'm wrong, but from the things I'm talking about, pricing and helping you identify that client that you really want to have
Yeah.
is actually probably one of the two biggest things that are actually worth investing a little money or doing some research or getting some help with getting right. Those two things, how to price yourself and how to find the client you actually want to have. That's how I look at it. Now, so many things go well afterwards if you get them two things right. So many things could go bad if you get them wrong. All right. Now, other things that we did probably not so good starting a business is advertising. How do you advertise? Everybody might think that I'm gonna just go take some pictures and put them on social media and people gonna want to buy things from you. That don't happen like that. You might also listen to somebody and tell you that if you put it on a certain platform, it's gonna get a certain amount of hits, and that don't necessarily work like that.
Right.
I am under the feeling, I want to get your thought on this, that even though advertising is a skill, is definitely something that benefits a business. I don't think you want to advertise until you really have checked off a lot of other things in your business first, like your pricing, the clients, what your services are, your processes in place. I don't know, because for me, advertising is one of them things where it's costly.
Could be.
It could, well, for us, it was at one point a little costly. A little bit at one point.
It was?
Yes. We never got all these hits that never came into any business.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, like,
oh, you're talking about paid advertising.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like, yeah. Like, I'm just talking about just figuring out in general how you want to advertise. Is something that is challenging. You know what I mean? Like, in general, like, how do I want to advertise? I think we'll try both routes of free, paid, and the paid route did not work that well at all. And the funny thing is, our work in itself has built the business on its own more than any advertising, But that was one thing that was challenging. Another thing that I would say, starting our business, that was maybe one of the better things we did, but this, I'm going to give you all the credit, because up until today, we don't got no debt, for real.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So I want you to talk a little bit about why, because you do this in your personal life too, but why, if somebody else wants to start a business, and this is against what a lot of people probably think, because a lot of people want to get business credit and get loans and, like, you know what I mean, which is nothing wrong with that. But, like, why did you with our business want to do it where we didn't borrow any money and we didn't have any debt in opening it or implementing anything we've done?
It's just who I am. I just didn't want any debt. I've seen businesses take on debt. And let's say somebody gives you a loan for $50,000. You do have to pay it back. So you have to find a way to earn the revenue. So why not find a way to earn revenue, even if it's on a low scale, and stay debt free? So we pretty much, anytime we earn money, we put it back in the business pretty much. So we never spent any of it. We just took it, put it back in the business. Okay, time to buy software, time to buy Teams, time to buy computers. I mean, maybe it's foreign to some people because I know, a lot of people, you get a loan or a line of credit and you start, but I don't like debt. I don't like debt. I'm overwhelmed by debt. I'm tired of having to do, I don't have to do this anymore, but at one time, the monthly payments, keeping up with what balance is on this account, and I don't want to do it. I don't. And I remember that I don't want to do it because recently I did use a credit card for a big purchase that the business made so that I could earn some rewards. I said, let me just try the rewards and see how much money I get. Let me just try it for this one transaction.
Was it worth it?
Yes and no. We did get a lot of rewards, but the stress of, hold on, what did I pay that? When is this bill due? To me, it's just like, oh, I got to move it from this account to this one. And
that's the whole business model that they banking on you forgetting.
Exactly. And I thought I might forget.
Or deciding, like, it's the whole thing with like credit and everything. Yeah. It's just somebody, I swear, just throwing something in front of you to mess with your decision making.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying?
I try to avoid that. Yeah. And also keep the mindset, if I can't pay cash for it, then I can't afford it. You can have that same mindset with the business. True. As well, because we put a lot of our own money into stuff from the job, which is the benefit of having a job, because
we wouldn't
that paycheck is guaranteed.
Yeah, that's true.
So
that's true. So we ain't got no debt, which has helped us out also.
Yeah.
What else you think when it comes to starting a business? And me and you, we got our business. It's an accounting business, as you mentioned. We also do taxes as well, individual taxes, business taxes. Miranda is the EA, the highest tax person out there. Do your research,
enrolled agents to be.
Yeah, that's for you to jump.
No, because I'm just saying everybody may not know what an EA.
I know that. That's why.
But I am the highest credentialed tax professional. The IRS tests me. And you can find me on the IRS website because they recommend me. But I don't work for them. I work for you.
Exactly. Exactly. And you're amazing at what you do. And everything you bring to the business is needed and helps give services to people,
Yeah, well, let me share this too, because since we are talking about starting a business, I would say that the enrolled agent designation, the whole reason it came is because I wasn't, even knowing that I can do taxes and that I'm passionate about it and I understand it and I have the accounting degree, that was still not enough to make me feel like I really knew what I was doing. So I think it's called imposter syndrome.
You felt like you weren't worth what you was advertising.
You
did something about it, though.
I did do something about it. I was like, you know what? How can I feel better about this? I don't feel like I'm good enough to be doing these people taxes. Why would they trust me? I mean, when those thoughts started coming, I had to think about how I could make myself feel better about it, because it went on for a while. So I said, I'm going to get the highest credential. And then I sat and I did the 3 exams. And
right.
It took some time, but I'm there now. And I still have it. It helps.
But I'm saying you put yourself in this environment and made you better.
I had to. But it helps. If you was
never going to have a business, you would have never did that.
That's true. I would have been like, listen, I'm going to do these taxes and you're going to like it.
For sure.
Yeah.
So accounting, taxes, payroll, you talked about that. We do advisory services also. That's
you got to talk about the advisory, because that is our main service.
That is our main service. Well, anyway, today's episode is going to be sponsored by the exact company we're talking about, Basin Accounting LLC. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at Basin Accounting. shoot us a DM. We're easy to interact with. You can go on our website, I believe.
You can't
down.
go
The
on.
website's down.
Maybe by the time this is published, it might be up.
The website's gonna be back up.
When you own your own company, you wear many hats. All right, and I am the IT person as well. So I am transferring hosting sites, and I'm somehow stuck in between that process.
That sounds so shaky.
But the website will be up. It's not up right now.
Hey, but look, we don't even really use the website like that. Anyway.
No, but the thing is,
it will be back
hold
up,
on.
Right?
It is used more than we know. Because I've had a couple people ask me, is your website down? I'm like, oh my gosh. I didn't even know that people were.
But we get some inquiries through the website. Not a whole lot.
I know, but I think
more than you would think.
People access it, but how would we know?
True.
So they may not hit the contact me button, but there's people on there. Because I'm like, dang, it's only been down for a week, and I've had 2 people inquire.
Wow. So, all right, we need to get.
And one of them was our client.
We need to get that back up.
Yeah, we need to. I'm working on it.
Either way, we still got this episode sponsored by Basin Accounting LLC. I do want you to follow us on Instagram. You can follow what we do soon. Very soon.
Say that dry page.
That page ain't dry. It's okay. But anyway, soon our website will be back up. You know what I'm saying?
When's the last time you posted?
It don't matter. It don't even matter. Even
2022.
That's not true. That's not true at all. I actually posted maybe like a month ago some inspirational. But look, even more important than that. This is what you guys need to know. All right, it's 2023. Okay, if you got a business, no matter what it is. Okay, if you're sitting there trying to figure out if you're making money or not, where's the money going? You got receipts sitting there in your truck in a box. You don't know where things are. You're wondering how to keep track of stuff. You got an Excel sheet. Just stop doing all of that. You need to reach out to Basin Accounting. Let them take care of all of your accounting needs for you. Make sure your books are straight. Make sure that they can tell you every month if you're actually making money or not. You can have a good financial position of your company and just leave it up to somebody else where you don't have to do all of these things. Or maybe you're at home and you're doing your taxes and was sitting there fumbling with the screen trying to see how much money you could get. Stop doing that. That stresses Randi out to the max. All right? Because every time you're sitting there fudging with the numbers, you're actually fudging with the risk. And your audit might be coming soon. Stop doing that. You got the highest ranking official out here to do your taxes. Just reach out to Basin Accounting today and have them take care of your business. And last but not least, the number one service, their advisory service. It's always great to look in the past. What did I spend my money on? I need my accounting done. All right, that's in the past. But what about the future? What should you be doing? What should your business be thinking about? Should you be making changes? You want to start an app? You want to start a new website? You want to open a new service? You want to open a business in a different country? Like, you want to make changes. What should you be thinking about? How are you going to make money that's there later on for your family? Advisory is where it's really at. Because we can't change the past, but we can help with the future as well. And you need both. If you own a business, you need to think about what's happening, what has happened, and maybe what's going to happen. Either way, Basin Accounting does all of it. Reach out to them today. All right. But just not on the website because it's not working. It's just not working right now.
Right? but when it's working.
When it's working.
I'm telling you.
It's going to be up.
I'm implementing some changes.
Yeah. And you know what? You know what's beautiful that we didn't even tell the people? Why we are so great at our business? You know what we didn't even tell them?
What?
We have a transactional expert over here. Somebody that loves something that I hate. And this is the most simplest way to say it. When you first start your accounting classes, anybody that's did accounting before, there's a letter in the alphabet that they use to teach you something in accounting. It's the letter T. It's called T accounts. All right? That's your simple debit this and credit this. That's where Randi is an expert. Anything that has happened, aka a transaction, she loves to figure out, what do I need a debit? What do I need a credit? That is an accountant to the core. That's not what I am. I never liked that in school. I still can't do T accounts really. But I loved audit. I loved risk. I loved processes. I loved seeing how things work and how people put things together to prevent things from going wrong. I really liked that. So with two different kind of things, but when you think about a business model that is accounting and tax, like you have a combination that equals like perfection.
Yeah.
You see what really I'm saying? Because I make sure that we got the right processes in place. We're doing things the right way. The communication is there, working with clients and that kind of thing. But you were there for every I dot T cross, you know what I mean? To make sure that we're doing it the right way.
Yeah.
And it just comes together in this beautiful way. You know what I'm saying? And we friends too. It's like it don't get no better than that. It really don't.
Look at this big smile.
It really don't get no better than that. And we're really good at what we do.
Yeah.
So you can come to us with your business and say, well, what should I do? And whether that's a strategic question, whether that's a financial question, an operational type question, tax related, it literally don't even matter. We literally have the answer.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. That, my friend, is the perfect business model. You know what I'm saying? You could get money with somebody that you love. That don't always work. And it don't always work because if you listen to the first episode, I think it's titled, I Knew You Wouldn't Like It, But I Did It Anyway. That'll show you exactly what it's like when we don't get along in business.
That's true. That is a good reference.
So check that episode out for real, But anyway, that's a bit about biz and accounting. I love our advisory service, the different stages in it, whether it's just the accounting, whether it's taxes, whether it's ongoing advisory, whether it's strategic type stuff. It's all included, or you can get pieces of it.
Mm-hmm.
And the amazing thing is that is the output of you going behind my back. So guys, take that for how you want. But in episode 1, if you listen, we talk about how this girl went behind my back and did something, but it's actually resulted in like the best service that we offer and what we are now funneling our time and our resources to make sure it's at the highest standard for people.
And our clients are
our people are very happy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And this is going to sound really simple, but I want to sit on this for a second. It's true when people say you get what you pay for.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So when you're thinking about starting a business or having a business, sometimes you got to keep it simple too and think about at the end of the day, what are people paying for and what are they getting? And are you okay with that? And is that what you wanted? Is that what you envisioned? What we ended up having at first, we wasn't necessarily happy with what people were getting versus what they were paying for and what you was getting versus what you was doing. Those were fundamental problems. I want to think about that again with our business. That was the fundamental problem. Not that I don't like the business. Like you didn't go behind my back for any of that. Like it's not like I don't like the business or I want to do something else. No, it's for what I'm putting into this versus what I'm getting out. This is not right. This don't feel good. This ain't fair. When you look at the client, well, how much service am I giving them versus how much I'm getting paid?
Yeah.
These things start to come into question. And those are the kind of things that can have your business burn out on you.
Mm-hmm.
It's because of something real simple, which is you're giving into something and you're getting out less. You know what I'm saying? And you told me this is a relationship thing, but you told me a while back about like deposits and withdrawals and like looking at relationship like your bank account or whatever. Well, anything in life is kind of like that. When you have a business, you just start depositing in it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You deposit money, you deposit time, you deposit ideas, you deposit phone calls with your friends being excited. You deposit anxiety every time you post something and somebody you know don't like it. That's like deposits out of you as a person all the time into something.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what if the thing that you did ain't making no money? What if the thing that you did ain't nobody really getting no services from you? What keeps you going? because you only have a certain amount to deposit. That's, I think, where I would say I have a difference with a lot of things where people say, like, just think this and it will manifest. I'm not saying it won't.
Right,
but
right,
while
right.
you're thinking and hoping, if you're actually doing something, while you are giving, like, yourself, you're a resource. You're giving your time, you're giving your money, you're giving your energy to something. What happened with you, and I want you to talk a little bit about it, because now I think I understand after us beefing for so long. Because you was, I want you to really talk about this, but you was working a job. I still work a job. And our one client and whatever we was charging and whatever, sure, you weren't that happy with it. But when you came home and started doing it full time, it was different.
Yeah.
And I want you to talk about when you came home from work, like, talk about that a little bit. You faced shifter, you left your job, you came in from work, and now you got this business that you and your husband's got, that now you're excited to try to, like, now see what it could be. I want you to talk a little bit about, like, what happened there, and, like, let people know it ain't all good with us. You feel me? But what was it like? Your husband's brought you in, quote unquote. Now you could work the business. Now we can maybe take that one client, make it 10. I don't know. What happened? What were some of the things you felt, experienced when you came here?
When I came home, I was fine for a while. I was fine because I'm trying to think, like, when things... Oh, I know. So when I came home, my focus was not the business. I decided that I was going to put out a tax course. So I kind of got creative. So I was doing the business full time, but I was pretty much maintaining. And then after the course, tax season came. So I would say about a year being home from the business, that's when I really started paying attention. So tax season came, and I'm happy with the money that we made from taxes. And I'm like, we could make more if we increased the prices or got more clients. So I started to think about how we can make more. And then with the accounting stuff, like the other stuff that we do outside of accounting, it's like here and there. But with the accounting stuff, I'm looking like, okay, we can definitely make more here. But then I started thinking about, well, I would like to be paid more. And how are we going to do that if what we're doing now with the volume, we're barely making the payroll that we have? And then there were a couple of times where I didn't pay myself because I wanted to make sure that the staff could get paid. And I think that's when I really saw that there's a problem here.
Yeah. How did you feel? Because when you bring that up, and I don't think I was paying enough attention to it, and for anybody, like, it's challenges trying to take your business full time and build it into something. But how did it feel when you had to stop paying yourself and watch other people get paid and realize, like, that we weren't really making no money?
Yeah, it was hard because I know how much work I put into it and how much focus, and it kind of made me think about quitting. Like, I might as well just go back to work, or I might as well just be 100% full-time stay-at-home mom.
That's how you felt?
Yeah.
Damn. And you know what? Somehow you bringing it up here and there and crying sometimes, like, and I like to be transparent on the show, but that's where, like, us being together and also being in business, that line blur, that came against us, I think, because I wasn't able to just look at you as just a business partner that's now home, not able to pay themselves, not making the money they feel like they deserve, and addressing that. Because as a business owner, I would do that for somebody. You know what I mean? I would fix my business in a way to make it profitable and where that people that work there can make money, or I wouldn't have them working for me because I can't afford them. But because you're who you are, you will have to deal with certain things just because of that. You're going to stay around even if you're not making what you needed. You're going to put a little bit more effort to try to make it work because of who you are. You're not just some worker. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't mean to take advantage of you though, because I still needed to be able to look at the business in itself and say, shit's right. We got to make some changes. We got to make it where the person who puts the most amount of time into it is getting a benefit from it. But I couldn't do that for you because I was looking at it personal. Like, I brought you him, gave you this thing. Why ain't you happy with it? That has nothing to do with business. That has to do with me. That has to do with pride. That has to do with man, woman interaction that's not business related. You know what I'm saying? That's feeling, and it's tough, but a lot of times when you do something big, you expect something big in return or recognition or whatever the case may be, because I'm still working. It comes through sacrifices. But you still needed that environment to be able to say, this ain't working and we got to change something. So why do I bring this up? Because learn from us, and on our show, we keep it very real. But if you ever be in business with somebody in a relationship with, or even just friendships with, try to identify those things and those moments where you're treating them a little bit different because of who they are and the connection with you. That's why it's difficult to be in business with friends, family, and relations. It's not because it can't work. It's because there's certain lines that and certain things they'll organically do a little bit more for you just because of the connection. And those are the times where people could feel not appreciated. They could feel, hurt. And those are the things that you don't want to have. For example, keep it real. If there's another employee that's working and they're not getting paid enough and they think they're putting too much time, they just quit and go somewhere else. You didn't quit and go somewhere else. Even though in another environment, working for somebody else or working in another business, you probably would have. You got what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you're still here and I not listening to you, that's taking advantage. Even though I didn't mean to. So I apologize, you feel me? But I couldn't see what you could see because you're in it every day. And what I saw, which is interesting, and I'll be honest, I didn't even see what you was going through. So I want you to notice, and maybe other people will realize this, but when you make a sacrifice for somebody, you don't necessarily just see what they're going through. You combine it with what you did. And I think for me, I could never see how hard it was for you because I still know how challenging it is for me in my current environment. You know what I'm saying? So there's this natural energy of you should be grateful for that. But there shouldn't be no comparison. You get it? So guys, when you do these type of things, just really think about it. Let's say, I just want to keep it real. Say your husband and wife out there, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, and one of you decides you want to go push the business, the other one's still going to work. Every time for the person that still working, it's going to be really challenging for you to be the support partner you need for the person that's working the business, because you have to leave your work stuff at work and just deal with the business for what it is. And I don't think I was able to do that. I could do it now, though. You know what I'm saying? Better. I'm not perfect. Yeah. I could do it better. But anyway, I think that was happening. So, all right. So you was feeling that way. What kind of changed for you to get yourself out of that situation where you was home feeling like, I don't want to do this here? How did you go from that to where you are now?
I prayed about it and I let it go. And someone found me.
What you mean somebody found you?
Somebody found me on Facebook. Somebody who helps accountants and finance people with some of the same issues that I have. So I had pretty much made a decision that I was going to do something about it, but I was in a space of, I know I need to charge more, but I don't know how. I know I probably need to get some more clients. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to sell them. Like, I was just in this real funky place that I knew change needed to come, and I didn't know what to do about it. So I prayed, let it go. Somebody slid in my DM, and intrigued me.
Right.
So I signed up for a meeting, and then I've had advisors along the way to help me, to help us. And it was an investment, and it was a very uncomfortable investment, but I kind of felt like go big or go home.
Now, check this out. That investment, you didn't take on any debt to make it either.
Hey, I negotiated like a mug. I was like, listen, okay, you can look at the bank account. I will show you the balance right now. I ain't got it.
Right.
But if you could split those payments up, I could pay you every 2 weeks. If you can do what you say you're going to do, how you can help me, I'm like, I will do this program. So.
Like that. And it's working now.
Yeah, it's in the second part of the program now, which is, it's definitely me coming out of my comfort zone, because in the past when we've received clients, they found us either through word of mouth website, but now it's me going after the target market, the people that I want to work with. And how do I do that?
Right.
So that's the next phase. So yeah, but it's been an investment, and I think it's one of the best investments that we made. And it goes back to what you said, like, if you can have help with pricing when starting a business, yeah,
I agree.
You could definitely save some time, and good mentorship, good coaching, it's worth paying for.
It is.
It is.
Now, here's the thing, though, and it depends. Again, everybody has their own path, and we're just sharing with you what our path was. But a lot of businesses don't make it 6 years.
Yeah, that's true.
And on top of that, no matter the journey that we've taken, like we talked about with the one client and the pricing being wrong and the consultations and like all that type of stuff we talked about, you coming home to work it, that not going the way it was supposed to, you wanting to quit, now you're getting help, like up, down, like, but not everybody could say 6 years in, my business is still here and I'm currently making more money in it than I ever did. That's the end result.
Yeah.
So that's success, but that path to success was not a up thing at all. Mm-hmm. And even now, we still got a lot more challenges, because what we want and what we've created, now we want to funnel more customers into it. Took us 6 years to get there. But I don't know about you, but you probably feel, I know I do, more ready than I've ever felt before. Doesn't mean we're ultimately ready or perfect, but it probably feels good to like have this service, see that it's going well, and know that you're ready, know your worth, know your pricing is right. The customers that we're getting now are the ones that we want. We had experiences the other way, and when it comes to customers, I will give some advice. I think we can say this is collective advice. Again, when you're thinking about the experience that you want to have from each customer, for whatever reason, this is just a rule to take. But the customers that you do anything extra special, binding, to make it work, those are the ones you will have the most challenges with. I don't know why. All right. So if you think you're that amazing person because somebody could hit you up and you're able to take off 10% or 5% or bundle this service with this service and take off 100, that's the one. That is guaranteed to be the one to make your life different.
Hey, you are so right.
That's the one. All right. So you could think what you like about the nerdy sensor that comes in and pays his fees right away and wants to call every day and check up on his stuff. He's okay. Don't bother him. He paid in full and he's checking every day to see what's up. He's amazing, even though he's annoying. The one that you talked about it and you got off the phone and and everything was copacetic peace, my brother, that's where it's no peace, my brother. That's where it's no peace. I promise you. All right. So that's where you got to get your pricing right, because it's either this is what it is or this is what it's not. All right. And it depends what you want. And I'm going to give you one other example, and I'm going to leave it at this. All right. When you go shopping, you go to a certain store. I'm not going to throw any store names out there, but you go to a store and they sell, to like low to medium average quality type stuff. And, they sell in bulk and everything's cool. And you go there and it's $100 for something, and they got a little coupon and you get it for 80. You feel amazing. You feel absolutely amazing because you was able to maximize that pricing and that buying experience in a place where you expected that type of activity. It's a medium quality type of place. They usually have discounts. That's what you expect. So you leave happy spending $80. Am I right?
Right.
You leave happy. But if you go to Rodeo and you go to the Gucci store, the Louis store, and it's the newest item that they got in, and you walk in and it's $8,000, and you're able to get it for $6,000, that's amazing too. But to me, that would feel different because I ain't expecting that to happen in the Louis store.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And it doesn't mean I won't be just as happy to get that discount, but I will always remember, like, yo, how much was I really supposed to spend for that Louis? Well, how much was I really supposed to spend?
If they can do it for $6,
when you leave the department store, you're not thinking like that. You just took your discount and you're happy with it. You already expected that. So their business model taught you what to expect. And they advertise the fact that they have discounts and something Fridays, and it's all part of what they are, and that's a beautiful thing. But there's some other places where you walk in and it's, yo, this is the price, and it's this price for a reason. And when you get it, you feel special, and you feel like what you got was special because of the price you paid as well. And I think we realized what's special. I hate to say it, but what's special, we're really good at what we do. And unfortunately, our personalities and our fears and our insecurities and our experiences and who we know and where we come from had us selling our specialness as if it was moderate quality,
Yeah.
And our own insecurity stopped us from putting it to where it is, because everything about us, even the way we travel, lets us know that we are a little bougie. And we are, if it's high quality and whatever the price, I'll pay it. That's who we are. I'll pay it for the quality.
Yeah.
And I'll pay it for the experience. That's how we live our lives. So we should have known that nothing about us can create a business that doesn't involve you paying for the quality and paying for the experience.
And what really gets you is when you see people with quality that's not as good.
Exactly.
Making more than you.
Way more.
Way more.
And you curse so much.
I know.
And once again, summarizing what we talked about, how could we not? And what kind of experience are you getting from basic accounting when it comes from people that's known each other for 15 years and have backstories of people doing presentations and getting saved and all types of stuff? All of that is the underlying environment of basic accounting.
Yeah.
So when you come to get your accounting done and your taxes done, those are the type of people that is doing it. Those are the people that came into business together. They clearly care about this thing called basic accounting. Yeah. That's why you should come here. Feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, look, yo, we about to have to wrap this up. We're running up on time. But look, if you loved our podcast today, you got to make sure you follow us, our podcast, on all platforms that have podcasts. Listen to all our episodes. Make sure you follow our Patreon. If you want to support us, it's $5 for our Patreon. $5. Look, we got exclusive content. You're going to follow us from the ground up. But most importantly, with our Patreon, like I said, this is the #1 show for the ups and downs of life. So if you're going through ups and downs, why are you going through them by yourself? We got a whole community we creating here and platform for you to come here. Let us know what you're going through, things that you need help with, things that you're thinking about. You want to be successful. You don't know where to start. You don't know where to get the information. Be a part of our Patreon. That's what it's all about. All right.
Love it. And I love you.
I love you too. Next time, y'all. Peace. Make sure you follow Quiet Money Podcast on all streaming platforms that have podcasts. Follow us on Instagram. Leave comments on our videos. Let us know what you're going through, ups and downs. We want to hear from you. We engage with you. We'll see you next time. Peace.